Hello friends, it's Yogita, and right now I am in week 33 of my pregnancy. And before starting our video, I'm going to show you my bump. And this is my bump in week 33. Today we are going to talk about the things you should avoid during your pregnancy. So the first thing you should not be doing is putting any kind of strain on your tummy, and it can be by lifting any weight or any twist or jerk or any bend or any jerky movement that can any kind of strain to your tummy. And especially during first trimester you have to be more careful. So the second thing you should be avoiding during pregnancy is consuming a lot of caffeine, more than 200 mg of caffeine, and you shouldn't consume more than 1 or 2 cup of coffee or tea. So not just coffee or tea, you should also limit your consumption of chocolate or some kind of sodas that also contain caffeine. So uh, it happened with me. I used to drink 2 cup of coffee every day, and then I noticed my increase in my blood pressure and anxiety. So as soon as I stopped consuming caffeine and replaced it with some non-caffeinated tea or green tea, my condition became better. So the next thing to avoid is to avoid sitting or standing for longer hours. It may cause swollen ankles or varicose veins and sometimes hemorrhoids. So keep moving or take short breaks to give rest to your pelvic and make your blood circulation better. So next thing you should be avoiding during pregnancy is consuming any kind of alcohol or smoke, and that can be very harmful to your baby, and avoiding them is the best thing you can do for your baby. And so even when you give birth to your baby and feeding your baby, you should not be consuming any kind of alcohol or smoking. So the next thing that you need to make sure is that your vitamins or prenatals or supplements, they don't have excess amount of vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E and fish oil, because these are oil soluble vitamins, and if in case you have a lot of them, they may cause toxicity in your body and may harm baby and can cause miscarriage or premature delivery. So consult with your doctor that to make sure that the vitamins you are or prenatals you are taking have only the required amount of these vitamins. Next thing to avoid is to avoid any kind of food that may pose a risk of infection to you and your baby. So avoid consuming any kind of raw meat or fish or egg that may have a certain kind of bacteria, fungus or parasite living on them and can cause infection to baby. And the second thing is to avoid any kind of soft cheese like brie, blue cheese that may have fungus or molds that may infect baby. And third thing is to avoid buying cut salad or mung sprouts, because they may also have bacteria like E. coli which may infect baby. So avoid these three things. Next thing to avoid is to avoid hot baths that are extremely hot, and like sauna or hot yoga or anything which can cause premature labor. So instead try to have just a warm bath instead of very hot baths. Next thing to avoid is to avoid sleeping on your back or your tummy, and try to sleep on your left side, because it relieves the pressure from your pelvic floor, and also if you keep a pillow between your legs, it's very comforting. So next thing to avoid is to get in touch of harsh chemicals that even their smell can be harmful to your baby. So avoid getting any treatment, any skin or hair treatment that contains formaldehyde or bleach in it, or contains retinoids in it, or a house paint smell or house cleaner smell. They may have a lot of bleach that can be harmful to your baby. So try to switch to natural alternatives. So the next thing to avoid is to avoid wearing any kind of high heel or uncomfortable footwear, because during pregnancy your center of gravity changes and that may make you fall and can cause injury to your baby also. So avoid wearing any kind of such uncomfortable footwears. So Next thing to avoid is to avoid excess salt and sugar in your diet. So if you excess salt will induce swelling and will also increase your blood pressure. That is really important to maintain during pregnancy. So the next thing to avoid is to avoid any kind of food that has a hot effect on your body. So it can be a lot of caffeine or spices or oily food or dates and nuts or popcorn. So make sure that even if you are consuming these food, you are not consuming in a lot of quantity. So the next thing to avoid is to avoid eating for two. And at any point of your pregnancy, you don't need to eat for two. It will just make you gain weight and make your pregnancy more complicated. So just try to eat in small portions and small intervals, and try to stick to healthy foods, and don't skip meals. And if you feel hungry, try to eat something healthy. And next thing to avoid is to stop worrying so much about small things. Everything is going to be fine. Your baby is doing fine on you. Just take care of yourself, and it's a very nice time, and probably the best time of your life, that you're going to give birth to a life, and there is a tiny human growing inside you. So try to give time to yourself. Try to do things slowly, and try to pamper yourself. So this is about today's video, and in my next video I will be talking about the things you should be doing in your pregnancy. And if you have any questions, you can ask me in comment section. And if you like my video, don't forget to comment, like and subscribe. And see you in my next video. And I hope you have a happy and healthy pregnancy. See you.